Rogan's Tough Talk.
I was worried about that fight. I was like, this motherfucker's. Usually, I mean, even against like Peter Yan, I was like, okay, it's fucking, I could beat this dude. But Aljo, I knew I could beat Aljo too, but I was like, this dude's fucking dangerous. Like, he's fucking, especially the tear he's been on, just beat Henry Cejudo. So the dude's fucking in his prime. Like, this motherfucker's dangerous.
And to choke Sandhagen out the way he did.
That was one of my, like, when you think about fights going good or bad, one of the thinking about it bad, especially when you've seen it happen. Like, you know he can do that. He did it recently.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just don't want to get embarrassed and just be that guy. Fucking, I just don't want. Corey's got to live with that forever.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we all know how good Corey is, and like that probably wouldn't happen again. But it doesn't matter if it would or wouldn't happen again. It fucking happened.
I think sometimes when things like that happen, it just changes your approach to fighting and steals your mind. And I think that's what it did with him, and he just became way better.
Yeah.
The Corey Sandhagen that we think of now, like the guy who wheel kicked Marlon Moraes, like that's a different Corey.
Frankie Edgar knee.
Frankie Edgar knee.
That's one of the nastiest.
He's an animal now. He's a fucking animal. He flows in there. You know, but like that fight, like, and then it's crazy. Like Marlon Moraes, dude. At one point in time, Marlon Moraes was the motherfucker.
Gosh, for like this long, that's all you get sometimes.
He was so big for the division and fucking super jacked, and his striking was nasty. Remember when he knocked out Aljo with that switch kick?
Yeah.
Ooh, his left high kick off the switch was beautiful.
Well, Aljo shot into his knee.
That's right.
Yeah, he shot into his knee.
At the same time.
Ooh,
thought
See
he
if you
was
can
dead.
find that, Jamie.
You know what's funny is I was actually at that fight, and I don't know where I was at in my career, but I think I was only one fight in maybe. But I was at that fight and watched that, and I hadn't really been to fights before. And I was just watching in the stands as like just a normal fucking, wasn't sitting in the UFC section. I was like, oh fuck. He was out for 5-10 minutes. It was scary.
Yeah, that's always the scary ones, right? When someone's running in and then the other guy catches them with a knee or a kick, like fucking Cyborg and Michael Venom Page.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, that was the worst one ever.
That makes you
car
question.
crash.
That makes you question. Like, do I still want to
People
do this?
don't know what we're talking about. Michael Venom Page, who we were just talking about earlier, who's just so phenomenal, caught this guy Cyborg. Not Cyborg that you think of like Chris Cyborg, but her husband. Who's also Cyborg, which must have been a fucking confusing household.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn.
And he crushed his skull. So with that, like him moving in and that knee landing perfectly,
The
it
pain he
literally
looks in.
fractured the front of his skull, and they had to have it. Look, he's got a dent in his skull. Look how shattered it was.
That's insane. That looks
Insane.
like a video game type shit.
Insane. Now, also, what does that do to your brain?
Yeah, that's
Like,
not good.
What's going on in there? And he was like, "I'll be back," and everybody's like, "Dude,
No.
hang on." I think that might be a wrap.
Yeah, especially if you have kids. Like, I know once I had a baby, I'm like, you think a little bit different. It's like, okay.
Well, that's why you can't do ayahuasca.
Not
'Cause
yet.
You'll think of everybody as you. Yeah, just chew Adderall and punch people.
I've never done. Well, I think I might have done Adderall once.
I've
just
never
once.
done
But
it.
I'm like,
I'm
I don't
scared,
really
but I
need
think I
to.
like it.
Yeah,
Here it
exactly.
is. Here
Tim
it
always
is.
tries to get me doing it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fire.
Oh my God, he went right into that. That was
Yeah.
a crazy one.
Yeah. And now he went on like a fucking 8-fight losing streak too, didn't he?
Yeah, you know what happened? Henry.
Yeah.
Henry got him in that second round. That is go to the first round. See if you can
Yep.
find Marlon Moraes versus Henry Cejudo round one.
Yep.
Just find the fight and we'll watch the. So the first round, Marlon is fucking Henry's legs up.
Yeah.
I mean, he just looks incredible. He looks like a world champion Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah.
And then Henry made the adjustments. And
Marlon gassed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oof.
But dude, he looks so good. It's just Marlon couldn't keep up the pace. And I often wondered, I wonder how much of it had to do with Marlon cutting weight. Because he was so big.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That guy never looked like a 135 pounder. He always looked like a featherweight.
God, he's just so short though for
Mm-hmm.
the division too.
For bantamweight?
I mean, I guess not short for the division, but he's
No.
only. I mean, Henry's like fucking what, 5'3".
Yeah.
Henry's so fun. I feel like Henry's obviously good as fuck, but I feel like he thinks he's a little bit better than he is. When he was trying to teach Habib how to fucking throw kicks, and Habib, remember that video?
Yeah. No, I've never seen that.
He was trying to teach Habib something, and he was like landing a kick with his foot on Habib's knee, and Habib's like, what are you doing here? It was just funny.
Hmm.
But yeah, I remember watching this fight because I didn't know if I was going to fight Henry or Aljo. I was kind of preparing for both. So I remember watching this fight back thinking, I was like, fuck, he made some good adjustments.
There was a good leg kick by Henry there, but Marlon caught him with some great counters. Like, look at that right there.
Yeah.
Just look at that counter left and then the right hand over the top, the left
Sharp.
body kick, sharp. And then starting to really put it on Henry in these exchanges. Like, every one of these exchanges, he's the guy who's getting off the harder shot. And that fucking switch kick he does is so pretty. That switch kick off the left leg, if you got a fast one, like an Edson Barbosa one, it's such a dangerous weapon. I never saw anybody throw it faster than Barbosa.
Yeah, that dude's fucking slick. He's at 45 now, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird. Yeah.
I don't like when people go down like that.
It's hard. It's like Frankie when he went down later in his career.
Yeah.
BJ went down. It's just like,
Cub Swanson tried to go 35 for one fight, too.
yeah, it just crushes you. And especially as you get older, I think it's even more punishing and more difficult to come back 24 hours after such a brutal weight cut and fight.